Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Angel Storm. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm talking to you about something that everybody needs to be aware of. Whether you're in a narcissistic relationship or you've ever been in one or you know somebody who's been in one, it doesn't matter. You are going to need to know about this. This is about narcissism as a trend, and this is particularly important with today's society and how cultural norms are changing and shifting right now. It's really important to know about narcissism as a trend, meaning narcissistic traits are increasingly encouraged and supported and even rewarded. And to start off talking about this, I want to tell you about a video that I did. It was a live video that I did on this channel a few weeks ago, and it's called Who You're Listening To. And if you haven't seen that already, please go watch that video. The description to it is in, the link to that video is in the description of this video. In that video, I talk about who you're listening to and why it's so important that you pay attention to who you're listening to. So you might find yourself, as you're watching this video, as a caterpillar. And what I mean by that is things are just not going right for you. Things are a struggle. It's a constant struggle no matter what you seem to be doing. And if you're listening to other caterpillars, they're going to keep you as a caterpillar instead of allowing you to change and to do your metamorphosis so that you can change and become the person that you were meant to be. While I was doing this, after I just got done doing this video, I was thinking about it, and I think that more often than not, it isn't caterpillars that are the necessary danger or the most dangerous in this situation, because I think it's pretty easy to spot a caterpillar, right? They're in the same exact situation as you. They might be giving you good advice, and yet they've not implemented this in their own life. They have no idea what it's actually like to do whatever it is that they're sharing with you to do. Or they're trying to make you comfortable about where you are in life, right? Like, no, it's fine to just be a caterpillar. It's great down here, and don't pay attention to the people who tell you otherwise. Or something along those lines, right? What I think most people don't recognize is that some caterpillars are putting on wings, meaning they actually didn't do the work to transform into a higher level, a higher version of themselves. Instead, they're staying as a caterpillar, but they're dressing up as a butterfly. They're putting wings on themselves and then trying to give advice to caterpillars, even though they themselves are a caterpillar, but they're trying to make themselves appear as something that they're not. And this is the trend that I'm most concerned about within society, because this is exactly what a narcissist will do. They don't actually have any vested interest in changing who they are, but they will morph into whatever they feel they need to be in any given situation. So it's very difficult to actually pinpoint who this person is, what their values are, what kind of person that it is that they are, because they adjust so easily to whatever circumstances they find themselves in. So, we've talked about before on this channel the masks that narcissists wear, right? If they need to elevate themselves in their work life, for example, they have no problem adjusting to become that. If they need to win over people to support them, so they need to gain third-party people, they're flying monkeys, they have no problem adjusting to fit that narrative, right? And it's only behind closed doors, when you're one-on-one with a narcissist, that you'll often find out who they are. And this can be really jarring, because you've just experienced them being all of these other people, and now they're none of those people when it's just you and them alone. So again, the narcissist will often do this in society. The idea that you can have what people perceive to be your life is super encouraged on social media platforms, the ability to kind of take a few photos and have that being the outward facade that you portray to people about how your life is, when in reality it's nothing like that. It's becoming more and more encouraged. It's more looking for something that will get you likes or support rather than actually changing your life. If that's the kind of life you want, then actually doing the work to build it, to build that kind of life and that lifestyle. And this is, again, what's concerning to me is not only that this is happening, that it's being rewarded, that it's being encouraged, but that people aren't seeing through it. And we've been talking about how the Instagram life and things like that are so fake, and it's more important to be authentic. And yet we've been saying that without any kind of real movement behind it. And I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned especially about people who are reaching the end of their rope, who are ready to put in the hard work, who are ready to make the changes, and finding themselves talking to one of these caterpillars with wings on, basically designing a life that they can blend into and appear to be a certain way, when in reality that isn't who they are. They don't actually even believe half of the things that they're saying. They just are doing it so that they are important in somebody else's eyes, so that they appear to be very influential or educated, that they appear to have it all together. And the appearance is, we're putting more emphasis on how it looks than what it actually is, than the substance of whatever is behind the words. And this is super concerning as a society. We should be very concerned about this, because we can't build anything substantial, anything long-term, and anything that will truly be influential on hollow ground. So there can't be this can't be hollowness. It can't be empty. It can't just be the nice looking house with no actual walls or no infrastructure on the inside. We could be having a mansion. It looks like a mansion from the outside, but inside, if there's no electricity or water or any furniture or any of the things that make a house livable, then what good is that thing? But this is what we're really building as a society, and it concerns me that it's happening in places such as therapist's office, such as inside religious organizations who are counseling people and giving people direction for their life that will shift the entire course of somebody's life. And not only that, but for their children as well. In the education system, in our judicial system, these places have such an influential hold over society as a whole. And in fact, without a lot of these things, you don't have a functioning society. So it's important to me that we are really paying attention to who we're listening to, but also being able to discern, again, spotting, not just that okay, you're a caterpillar and I'm a caterpillar, why am I taking advice from you? But if there's a caterpillar who's wearing wings, who's doing all of the right stuff, who's saying all of the right things, who has even all of the right pedigree or social circle or whatever it might be, if it's not doing the butterfly things, it's just walking around with wings, but it's still on the ground. Pay attention to this, is what I'm saying. Like, somebody who has the right words to say, that's less than half of the thing. I only am interested in hearing from people who've actually done the thing, right? I'm not interested in people who are super good at teaching something they've never done themselves. Again, your words only carry weight and authority if you've gone through the thing that you're trying to teach. This is what makes teachers, this is what makes excellent teachers excellent, is because they've actually gone through it. They have both the theory behind what they're teaching and the experience behind what they're teaching. And this is true for not just in the formal education system. I'm not talking about that actually at all. I'm talking about who you're listening to, who's giving, who is allowed to speak into your life, and who's giving you advice on which way to go. Have they actually gone down that road before? Have they have experience with that thing? Or is this just theory and they're going to test it out on you and you're the guinea pig? And more importantly, if that is the case, why is that the case? Is it because they're looking for more followers, more people who can kind of prop up their facade of a home that they've spent their whole life building? It's really important that we pay attention to this. Narcissism is a trend in our society, and I'm speaking about the global society, right? I'm not speaking about specifically Western or American culture, although it's prevalent here. It comes with its own form in other cultures, and it's important to recognize that this is a global trend, and we need to be paying attention to this, because authenticity, the real genuine stuff, is becoming more and more rare, and you need to be picky in this day and time. It's not enough to just look at how many followers somebody has. You need to look at who's actually transforming lives, who's actually gone through the thing that they're speaking about, and is it their desire that other people are transformed or that they stay exactly where they are. Some people are really butterflies, but they prefer more caterpillars crawling around on the ground because there's less competition. So again, just please pay attention to what you're eating, what you're consuming in terms of information. This is part of your diet, and it's really important that you pay attention to the quality and the quantity of what you consume, and also what the goal is. What the goal is of that information being put out into the internet. Why is somebody putting out that information? Is it to bolster their own like stuff, their own facade, their own house, make them feel good about themselves? Or is this actually trying to help people go through the necessary changes so that society as a whole can go through this metamorphosis and transform? So these are just some of the things that I wanted to share with y'all, that you guys would be aware and paying attention to who you're listening to, what you're listening to, how much of it you're consuming, and really start thinking about information of all kinds, whether it's a photo, a video, a movie, a news article, whatever it might be, a book. It doesn't matter. Any type of media that you're consuming, that you think about this in terms of your diet and in terms of how consuming that information will help you either get to where you're going or keep you where you are. So you guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel below and turn on the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.